I'm Pete White, and I'm locked in.
I'm Stephen Mowry, and I'm locked in.
I'm Jordan Griffin, and I'm locked in.
Hey everybody, this is Island Fight CEO Dean Toole, and I am locked in.
I'm Michael Davis, and I'm locked in.
This is John Fitch, and I'm locked in.
And we are locked in. Myself, Max Van Auken, and David Van Auken. How are you doing?
Cousin, doing great. Loving life. Tons of momentum from the Locked In Sports podcast. Check us out, guys. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But download and subscribe on all podcast platforms.
That is right. Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, you name it, we are on it. But this is an all NBA episode. We're going to talk about East, West, trades, non-trades, who made the smart decisions, who made the dumb decisions, who's the favorites. Everything.
We got a fun game at the end of the show that you want to play.
Yep.
Because of Don't Be Bashful, we got 3 amazing interviews on this podcast.
Thank you.
Line them up.
Thank you. Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins.
You mean
I
Cat,
was able
right?
to.
You mean Cat?
Cat. I'm sorry, Cat. I was able to interview them after the game. The Magic defeated them, and it was pretty impressive win. The team just overall as a collective unit played really well. And I have a question for you before I share these interviews.
Okay.
Is Terrence Ross a legitimate sixth man of the year? He had 32 that night.
Yeah, no, he's always been a spark plug off the bench. He's always been a good role player for a team, so he's in the conversation. Of course, Derrick Rose comes right off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a couple players out there, and Ross is in the discussion.
Okay, so here's my first question. Andrew Wiggins was kind enough. He let me talk to him after the whole huddle of everyone swarming him and asking him how he felt after a loss. So here you go, Andrew Wiggins.
Is it that you're doing in the offseason that was allowing you to progress this much and make these big strides? I mean, you made tonight, play great defense, showed your versatility, as well as hitting some tough shots.
Just staying focused, on the offseason, grinding, taking care of my body. It's good to, play all these games and all the travel, but staying focused, staying on my grind and all that.
Cuzzo, I'm a positive person. I kind of start to get upset when I hear the whole Andrew Wiggins and bust that
I
comes
do too.
out. He was the first overall pick. He played at Kansas, and people thought big stuff. Almost Kobe Bryant level. Could be another LeBron type. Big things out of him. But guys, everyone is not LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. And 2, there's been plenty of first-round busts. So far, Markelle Fultz was the first overall pick, being a bust. We'll talk about him later in the show.
Yep.
Also, guys like Greg Oden, and Greg Oden was picked above Kevin Durant. So there's been a lot worse draft picks. He's a really good NBA player, and I think he's still young. Let these players grow. We microwave success so quickly now in the NBA and in America. Just let him grow. I think Andrew Wiggins is a stud of an NBA player.
I couldn't have said it any better because I talked to Aaron Goldstone. He was at the game also. A big shout out to Aaron. With Zion Williamson's another case that I'm kind of fearful of because Zion is clearly a generational type of talent, his athleticism, his size, and he's actually an underrated basketball player as far as just the fundamentals and his skills. Everyone just thinks he jumps out of the gym, but he's actually a really good passer. He has some good ball handling skills, and his jump shot isn't like where he's scared to take a 3. He can hit a 3.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I think, and you agree with me, that he's going to be an all-star. He'll impact a team right away. But when you start seeing people compare him to LeBron James, you're setting people up for failure when you say, oh, he's the next LeBron, because then it's like, oh, he's a bust. It's like, just because you're an all-star and you're an amazing player, but you're not LeBron, doesn't make you a bust.
Absolutely. Andrew Luck is a great quarterback. And if he wins a championship as a Colt, everyone think, oh, he only won 1 as a career, but Peyton Manning won 2. Like, he's not Peyton Manning. He's Andrew Luck. He's a really great quarterback. And there's been great quarterbacks like Dan Marino that's never won 1. You can't always, hey, Russell Westbrook, right to LeBron James. There's middle grounds. There's players like Paul George. There's players like Victor Oladipo that start slow, and then after year 4, year 5, they really start to take off. So I like it. Another player that you talked to was Karl-Anthony Towns. He's been one of my favorite bigs in the whole NBA. I love this kid. I like his dog. I think he is the top 3 best big man in the whole NBA from the University of Kentucky. One of my favorite players in the league, Max.
Yeah, going into this game, there was 2 things I wanted to look at. 1, his dog, like you just mentioned, and 2, his shooting. Every season, he attempts more threes and he makes more threes.
Yep.
And he can put the ball on the floor and finish it, and that's kind of what I talked to him about. Dave, this guy has dog. He dunked all over Vucevic, talking trash, staring him down,
I love
blocking shots.
Love it.
He has dog, so here you guys go.
Carl, obviously you're a threat in the paint offensively and defensively, but what's really impressive is your perimeter. Your game, you're taking more threes every season, but you're making more threes every season. Is that something you're really focusing on and I want to do more of going forward?
Just taking what the defense gives me. Great teammates put me in great spots. So just taking what the defense gives me. I work hard in my game everywhere, so just trying to be as versatile as possible.
Wow. Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, Locked In Sports Podcast. Guys, what a great way to start off the show. The NBA trade deadline is gone. Anthony Davis is a Pelican. But one thing I definitely want to talk to you about, Max, you were there live in Orlando. Markelle Fultz, the first overall pick from Philly, that Boston owned the pick. Philly actually traded up because they wanted that guard, that shooter, to go with Ben Simmons and to go with Joel Embiid. But maybe that was the wrong move because Tatum has been a superstar and they have another future first-round pick. Fultz has not played well. He's kind of been, I think it's more in his head than even on the court. And this is a great trade, I believe, for Markelle Fultz and the Orlando Magic. Fresh new start, new digs. I believe he should be the starter from day one. Get him in the game, get him positive, get him confidence, get him swagger. Markelle Fultz will be a nice addition to the Magic.
And that's pretty much the feel, I think, around the whole Orlando Magic just organization, just being there. They have DJ Augustine right now, who's a great he's a really good veteran in this league.
Thank you for not saying great.
Yeah,
I get on you once in a while.
I was going to say great role player, but he's not a great role player, but he's a good role player. He obviously has a place in this league. Really made some big plays down the stretch and hitting some threes, but he's not your starting point guard. So having somebody, and I agree with you, and I think the Magic franchise does too, because somebody asked, it's a low risk with a great reward. Because if it doesn't work out, he's already labeled right now as a bust. So if it does work out, you got something from no one thought nothing. So my point being is that's exactly what they need. Rashad said it, Rashad Phillips. They need a dynamic point guard. So if you get him on there with no pressure, everybody already written him off. He's not with the 76ers anymore. And another key factor is the reason why he's labeled as a bust so quickly is not only because of his availability issues, but the fact that you traded up and you could have gotten Jason Tatum. So people look at, you could have had Jason Tatum. You wouldn't even have to trade for Jimmy Butler because you have Jason Tatum already. So that definitely doesn't help him. But that being said, I'm in a complete agreement with you as well. Markelle Fultz, fresh start. I think he will actually succeed. I'm not saying he's an all-star right away. I'm not saying he may never be an all-star, but he certainly will find some success that he hasn't found yet in his career here in Orlando.
Yeah, and absolutely. That's what you need. You just need positive. You just need him to build. The Orlando Magic still a young team. They're still growing. Let's keep Aaron Gordon. Let's keep, the young players around him. Jonathan Isaac, Mo Bamba. Let him grow. Let him develop. And I think you let Markelle Fultz try to get him some swagger and see what the Magic can be in 2020, 2021.
Here is the Magic's GM and his thoughts on Markelle Fultz.
Like this, we, like the rest of the league, thought very highly of Markelle at the draft. And, we were just, very happy when it turned out to actually be there for us to execute.
Josh Robb is The Athletic. What is Markelle's ceiling, and do you have any question that he can pass a physical?
Let me answer the second part first. No, I don't have any doubt that he'll pass our physical. I think that Markelle's ceiling is, well, put it this way, he was the number one pick in the draft. And so I think his ceiling is exceptionally high. I think that he's a 20-year-old player with tremendous potential, and I feel confident in saying that I feel the league looks at him that way as well, not just us.
Wow, Matt. Max, that's kind of exactly what we said. So it looks like we're all on the same page. Low risk, high reward. Great trade for Orlando. But that wasn't the only trade, and especially I really want to dive into the East. The two big trades from the trade deadline, one was a day before, was the Tobias Harris, and we kind of hit on it last show, but the main trade was Marc Gasol from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Toronto Raptors.
Very quickly, just before we jump into that, I do want to say this, because I know you've been a big fan of Jonathan Isaac ever since FSU. When I spoke to him, I was so impressed with the way he approaches the game and his maturity. And I'm not saying NBA guys are kids, but usually when you're a young player, you typically want to just all about your stats, make your money. But he was not only all about the team winning, but you could tell he has a lot of self-awareness. So, like how you said earlier, with Jonathan Isaac, who I think may end up being the best player on this team, with Mo Bamba, who I really like, although he got injured, he'll be out for some time, with Aaron Gordon, and with the Vucevic, who's an all-star, this team definitely has a bright future, and who knows about Markelle Fultz. But back to your point, Marc Gasol to the Raptors, and then, believe it or not, Kyle Lowry was up in discussion for trade talk for Mike Conley, and I know it didn't happen, but can I just say this?
Sure.
It's exactly the same thing. You're not getting any better with Mike Conley if you trade Lowry, and you're not necessarily a lot better if you don't get him. I feel like they're almost equivalent to each other now. Lowry's out of his prime, Conley's out of his prime, borderline all-star, and I just think at some point, and we talked about this also in the media room yesterday, continuity and chemistry has something to do with it. Kawhi's already played with Lowry for all this season so far. So switching it up with a new point guard, and this team seems to be clicking fairly well. You're already adding a different big. I'm glad they didn't make that trade.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably the exact reason why Toronto wants to win a championship this year. They don't know what's going to happen to Kawhi. They think he's going out there to the Clippers, out to the West. They want to win this year. So why trade your quarterback, your point guard of your team, that you have the second best record in the East? Also, Mike Conley has 1 or 2 more years more than Kyle Lowry's deal. So the Raptors would have been stuck with Mike Conley's contract that they didn't want. So if this thing works in Toronto, and maybe, who knows, Kawhi stays. Hey, people didn't think Paul George would stay. They can keep moving forward. But if they don't, and if they lose in the Eastern Conference semis to a team like Philly or Boston, and Kawhi leaves, Kyrie could be shipped. Kyle can be shipped next year, and then they can move on, try to start with the youth. So great deal for Toronto. They're going all in. I love Philly's deal. I love Boston. I love their team. And Milwaukee, gosh, that's a great 4. I love the Final 4 in the East. And 2 of those teams will lose in the semis, which is pretty crazy.
If I had to pick right now, I'm going back to the Philadelphia 76ers. I really am. I went from the 76ers, then I went back to Toronto a little bit, then I kind of went to Boston. All I can say, there's a lot of parity in the East, and that's always a good thing, especially when LeBron leaves. It goes to show you that the East wasn't necessarily bad. It was just LeBron's dominance. But, of course, all these different trade acquisitions, it definitely improved. The reason why I have Philadelphia the way they, and I know we covered it a little bit, but just to have 4 legitimate all-stars on your team, and you could argue Tobias Harris all-star or not, but he's certainly borderline all-star.
Yeah, really good player.
With J.J. Redick, I just think they have enough to overwhelm Kawhi Leonard. I think they have enough to overwhelm Giannis. Giannis may be the best player in that series. Kawhi may be the best player in that series, and they may have a really great unit. But this is Toronto's head coach's first year coaching with them, so it's a little different when you're in the playoffs. And for Giannis, I always told you this. I know you were right on Middleton being an all-star, but I don't think they have enough to overcome that talent. And at some point, talent does win. I mean, depth is great, but when you have depth and talent, you typically win. Boston is the one team with Brad Stevens, with the deep roster, with the experience, with the stars, I think have a great shot at dethroning, well, not necessarily dethroning, but defeating the 76ers.
Max, the Golden State Warriors have this all-star team. The Thunder has Paul George and Russell Westbrook. The Lakers have LeBron and a lot of good young players. Denver's got good players. Milwaukee's got Giannis and Middleton. Boston's got a great team. Horford, Kyrie, Tatum, all these players. There is one team in the NBA that 5 players, their starting 5, all average 17 points or more. And it's not the Golden State Warriors, guys. It's the Philadelphia 76ers. Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick, Tobias Harris, Jimmy Buckets Butler, and Joel Embiid, the All-Star. Google image that. They all average 17 points or more. Mic drop.
I want to see how it plays out. Obviously, it's kind of hard to give a prediction when you haven't seen them play well together. But the fact that Tobias Harris is on his fifth team, doesn't have an ego, he's exactly what they needed, was a versatile shooter, both defensively and offensively, can guard 1 through 4-ish. Just a type of hybrid wing. But Dave.
Yes, sir?
Dave. The All-Star draft, can I just make a comment?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I recorded it. I didn't watch it live, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to miss it. I was watching the new Grinch movie with the kids, and I was like, okay, I got to make sure I watch this. So I TiVoed it, watched it, fast forward through the commercials. Fantastic. Go with it.
LeBron James. I'm going to list some free agents out there next year. Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving. Who am I missing here? Anthony Davis.
Well, he's not a free agent, but he does want to get traded.
Yeah,
yes.
And Jimmy Butler wasn't on there, was he?
Nope.
Okay, but out of all of those players, LeBron James got every single one of them. And on top of that, I think Rashad Phillips in our draft was better than that draft.
Yeah.
That draft was so one-sided, I know who's winning that game. The question is, who's the MVP?
You can argue that could be the all-NBA team if that's the best 5. We talked about this on multiple podcasts before. If aliens from Space Jam come down and play the humans in an NBA basketball game, we might use LeBron James's all-star team. Like, Giannis, come on, buddy. You're a great dunker, great player, but you got to learn your drafting skills a little bit better.
Yeah, that was tough. And then they even made a trade where LeBron got his guy Ben Simmons just to pour it on a little bit. I felt like that was like just the cherry on top.
Well, I know you're not a Russell Westbrook guy, and I know you are a Ben Simmons guy, Max, but in an all-star game, Russell is better. Like, he's more aggressive. He tries hard. A lot of the guys don't try in the all-star game. He's been an NBA all-star MVP. Russell's a better player in the all-star game. Come on.
Nope. I'm 100% disagreeing. Here's why. There's 2 things that matter in the all-star game. Do you pass the ball? And secondly, are you versatile? Because in the All-Star game, when they start to play serious in the fourth quarter, there's typically not a lot of bigs. So you like a lot of guys that can switch off and guard as many positions as possible. 1, Ben Simmons does that. Secondly, if everybody was selfish and took their own shots, there would be no type of ball movement, and it's easier for the defense. Russell Westbrook doesn't like passing the ball until it counts for an assist. Ben Simmons passes the ball.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
And he's LeBron's guy, so don't think that's that's not a coincidence right there.
Yep.
Another clutch sports guy, so it's really a recruiting tactic at the same time.
Oh, he could be a Laker one day. That's another discussion for another time. Before this show started, you're like, Dave, I have a great game. We love to have fun. We love to laugh. We love to talk about sports.
That's true.
So, sometimes I'm going to defer. Sometimes I want to go on a riot. Sometimes I got something to go off my chest. But today it's you. So, Max, tell me about this game. Tell me about it. Let's see. Let's go.
Okay, so I listed all the free agents. Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler may get traded.
Well, Jimmy's a free agent.
He'll be a free agent.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis may get traded. Klay Thompson, free agent.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard. By the way, LeBron got Kawhi Leonard. So all these guys are going to be able to choose a team, and every team is going to make a pitch for them, right? Your Knicks, my Lakers, the Clippers.
Okay.
Toronto may want to keep them. Boston's trying to make sure they can keep somebody or convince Anthony Davis.
They want to keep Kyrie. Remember, Danny Hayes just said, I put the ring on. Come on, we're getting married.
Exactly. So you're a Knicks guy. I'm a Lakers guy. So
Yes.
let's represent our teams. I'm Rob Pelinka today. And who is your GM?
Scott Perry.
You are Scott Perry.
Okay.
Let's start off with Kawhi Leonard. Let's just say for some reason New York is on you're on the radar, because any team that's in a major market, even though he's expressed he wanted to go to LA, New York can certainly make a pitch for him. Unlikely that you land him, but what's your pitch for Kawhi Leonard? He comes into your office, has a meeting. Why should I come to NYC?
Wow. Okay, so I'm the GM, and you want me to say, hey, Kawhi, come on in. We're having a meeting? Is this what's happening?
Yeah, he's just out of respect. His agent said we're going to have meetings with everybody. Why is Kawhi Leonard, why should he be a New York Knick?
Okay. First and foremost, the mecca of basketball is in New York City. Madison Square Garden. James Harden just threw up, I think, 60 points, 61 points. He was like, gosh, this place is electric. When Lin Sanity was going off, it's one of the best places to play basketball. Jordan and the Knicks, when Patrick Ewing, it's the mecca, New York City. We haven't won in a long time. You can be that iconic figure. Even LeBron in Cleveland, he won the championship. He will always go down as this. They're going to build a statue outside of the arena. If Kawhi, you're the best two-way player in the world. If you can come to New York and win us a championship, we'll build a statue in New York City. Times Square. You will take over. You want to elevate your brand? There's nowhere better you can elevate your brand than New York City. And we take care of our guys. Derek Jeter. We overpay you at the end, and we want to win and build championship teams. How about Eli Manning? We won't let you go. This is New York City. We want you. Be the two-way player. Coach Fizdale loves defense. You love defense. Let's get together. We have a great draft pick. Zion Williamson will become a Knick as well. We got more money, and we got Kevin Knox. We got a great young unit here, Kawhi. Come on to New York and build your brand.
Okay, here is my pitch to Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, and you're the Lakers.
Yes, I am Rob Pelinka right now.
Did you like my pitch, by the way?
It was good.
Okay.
It was solid. It was solid.
Okay.
I think I have you beat with Kawhi. I may not have you beat for other players, but since Kawhi, you'll see. Here we go. Kawhi. Unfortunately, you and Greg had your separate ways. You ended up in Toronto. You had a fantastic season. Clearly made it possible that you are the best two-way player in the league. No questions. You're healthy off your injury. You want to go to L.A., right? You expressed maybe the Clippers, maybe the Lakers. So you have a home in L.A. It's a major market. It's where you're from. It's where you're comfortable. So number one, you are in L.A. Your shoe deal with New Balance, your family, your home, your comfort. You are in L.A. But secondly, I'm going to name a whole bunch of legends. Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, Shaq, Kobe Bryant, Jerry West, LeBron James, Magic Johnson. The list goes on and on. None of those are Clippers. If you win a championship here in L.A., you can not only join the list of the best player in the league today, but of all time in consideration. Winning a championship for the Yankees, winning a championship for the Cowboys, winning a championship for the Lakers is just different. The Clippers are a great organization, and by any means not trying to downplay them. But winning something as a Laker is different. LeBron James knows having you by his side can win a championship and dethrone the Golden State Warriors, and you will ultimately have the keys to the Lakers franchise. Anything you want, any type of player, deals, you name it, LA is your franchise.
Okay. My only rebuttal is I don't want to be Robin. I don't want to be in LeBron's shadow.
You'll be the number one option. LeBron said he wanted to do it for AD. We think you're an even better fit than AD.
I just never seen it. Kyrie Irving won the league.
I didn't backtalk your Knicks here. I could have complained about the weather. You're not even a Jay-Z fan.
Really good. Now, well played. Kawhi could be one day a Laker. Could be a Clipper. Who knows? Could be a Knick. Those are all great. You want to talk? You want to have another guy?
Oh, we'll do like two more. We don't have to do every single one, but yeah. I say the two ones that both the Lakers and the Knicks will be competing for are two similar people here. We could go the Anthony Davis route, but I feel like we've done that a lot already.
Okay.
Let's go the Kevin Durant route.
Ooh, yeah.
And let's go the Kyrie Irving route.
That sounds good. I love them both.
Because the Knicks probably are the favorite to land them over the Lakers. So, let's see. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
You can go first.
Okay.
Let's just say Kevin Durant comes into your office.
Kevin, how you doing, buddy? I don't want to talk to you.
I hate the media.
I know. No. Hey, Kevin.
Is there any media around?
No media around. It's just us. It's us and the max contract on the table. You can pick the coach, the training staff. You can have your wife cook you dinner here in the Garden anytime you want. The franchise is yours. We will give you percentage points on all ticket sales. You'll be part of the next movie and TV deal that the New York Knicks The franchise is 100% yours. You're the second. I'm sorry, Kevin. You took over LeBron James, and he's old. You're the best player in the world. Kevin, come to New York. Thank you so much. We love you. And I can't wait till you win championships here in New York.
I feel like I could have done it a little better there. You should have kind of thrown Golden State under the bus.
Hey, I'm a positive person. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just telling you how great you are, Kevin. I can't wait. Here's the max contract. Sign it. Anything you want. The team is yours.
Okay. Kevin, thank you for, first of all, giving us your time. Always an honor and a pleasure to speak to you. So, look, I think the media portrays it that you're always trying to be better than LeBron James, right? You guys obviously have a great relationship off the court. You guys have even trained together on the court. You've beaten him in multiple finals. We want to put an end to that. We want to focus on Kevin Durant. When we bring up Kevin Durant, and we don't have to bring up LeBron James. Just how Michael Jordan doesn't want to hear LeBron, LeBron doesn't want to hear Michael, Kobe doesn't want to hear this person. We are making it about you. Having you and LeBron James in the building, we feel your chemistry on and off the court will allow you guys to flourish, and you clearly are the younger guy. This franchise will be yours, and LeBron will be your Robin to your Batman. And on top of everything, you get to dethrone the guys that everybody discredits for you for going and joining the Warriors and saying those rings don't count. Well, how about you beat that team that everybody says it doesn't count for, and you are the guy that made it possible to come out the West, not only to end a dynasty, but to start another one. Here's a max contract, by the way.
One of the last things I will say to Kevin is one of the things that the media is on Kevin Durant for is to join a team. You're joining the Warriors. You're joining instant success and championships, and you would be joining LeBron James's Lakers team. You would be joining a great team. You'll be joining Kobe, Magic, and Wilt and Shaq. New York, you're creating the championship. You are taking over the number one spot. You are growing a championship, and this championship will be like LeBron's Cleveland. It will count as two. You would catapult over LeBron James as the second best player in the history of the NBA.
Now you're just being crazy. You don't even mean that one.
It's a sales pitch, buddy. You got to do what you got to do.
Sweating over here. You're sweating. You were telling a lie, and you know it. Your nose just grew. You're Pinocchio right now.
Dang it. But we're lucky this one's not on YouTube.
I know. Here we go. The last and final one, and I think this is my best one.
Here, before you do it, please talk about Fit Meals and End Still Nutrition.
Oh, thank you, Dave. I had a great workout today, and it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for End Still Nutrition. Not only do they complement and support a lot of the fighters, what they do is they prepare you for the best success. A lot of people want to work out in the gym, but sometimes you just don't have enough energy. You don't have enough, what is it called? Endurance. You just don't have what it takes sometimes to get in the gym. You're tired. You have to maybe stay up late, or you had to get up early. But with Anstill Nutrition, that allows you to have that energy and give your best workout to have the best results.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself. And it was on Island Fights 52.
That's right. But, guys, also Fit Meals. MyFitMeals.com. Dimitri from Fit Meals, who runs it, is just absolutely amazing. We had a great conversation with him. We always go back and forth with him. His grind is incredible. Now he has Pet Fit, the best food and nutrition for your animals. And what really is inspiring about Dimitri and Fit Meals is he knows how to take care of you, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to gain muscle weight, whatever the case may be. If you have a 9-to-5 job and then you have another job, or if you have kids, whatever you're doing and you don't have time to cook a nice healthy meal. So instead of getting that fast food and pulling up in McDonald's, get the healthy meal. MyFitMeals.com. Whatever you want, he'll improvise that meal plan to fit your lifestyle. So it's a nice, quick, easy meal for yourself. It's affordable. And most importantly, it's healthy. I feel a lot of people go to fast food, and I'm a victim to this too every once in a while, where you just don't have time for anything. So you have to just stop by and grab that Chick-fil-A or grab something that you know isn't good for you. MyFitMeals.com changes all of that. Grab a quick meal, but still be healthy with it. Make sure you guys check it out. Give Dimitri, give Fit Meals a follow on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can get anything you want at any time. Okay, Dave, the world is flat. Kyrie Irving is in your office.
Okay, Kyrie. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm okay.
All right. The New York Knicks are here to offer you the max contract. We just talked to Kevin Durant, and it looks like he's going to come here too.
So, really?
Yeah. So I know you're not a Boston guy, and I know you want to dethrone the Warriors. You've done it before, and we count on you doing it again. We want you to hit the big shot once again. Also, we got the first pick in the draft too, so we're going to be loaded. We got great other young players like Kevin Knox. We got really good players like Mitchell Robinson, and we think we just need a closer. We need a Mariano Rivera here in New York once again, which, by the way, first ballot Hall of Famer, the first and only baseball player to get all 100% votes. And we will make you into an NBA Hall of Famer. We want you to be the closer that's win the East. The New York Knicks are taking over. This is the Mecca. We know you like movies. We got a studio here in New York City. You'll be on all the late night shows. Your brand will grow. You might be the biggest athlete, the biggest superstar in New York. So, Kyrie, welcome to the Knicks, and let's win championships.
Very good, very good. Now step into our office. Kyrie, have a seat on the Versace chair.
So wait, it's New York to L.A. He's there like in 2 minutes?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Okay.
He knows the world's flat. He knows time travel.
It's like Star Trek. It's like
you can teleport. You can teleport. You didn't know we have holograms here in L.A.? Well, welcome to L.A. Anyway, so you're in our office. There's two approaches I want to take to this. One is fun, and two is financial. Kyrie, let's start with financial. Let's just get the nitty-gritty out of the way here. You talked about that you don't necessarily want to play at a very old age, kind of get the best out of what you want to do, and then you want to leave the sport healthy and the rest of your life to live. LA is the best thing to do for you in that aspect. Financially, all the market, movies, shows, investments, businesses, all is in LA. I don't want to downplay any other city, but obviously LA is a perfect fit for you where you can, not only with your contract here as a max contract, but your other business adventures can be all financially successful and set you up for post-basketball career. And we would love to help you on every step of the way. But now here's the great part. It's about fun, right? You love this game, and that's why you play it. And you inspire a whole bunch of other people to play it because that just matches your playing style. You're fun, your crossovers, you have the best handles in the league, and kids love it because you are fun. But you're not having fun in Boston. You're having to deal with immature people. You're frustrated. You have to answer all the tough media questions. You know it wasn't right for you to leave the LeBron the way you did, and you had a great phone call with him, and you ended that. Let's have fun. You don't have to talk about with the media as much anymore. You don't have to be that guy who has to answer every call. LeBron's done that since high school. He will handle all of that. Now with you two coming together again, you guys are clearly successful on the court, dethroning the 73-9 Warriors down 3-1. We know that will be a success. But have fun. All we need you to do, come on the court, ball out, be who Kyrie Irving is, take the last shot, do what you want to do. We know you and LeBron fit, and you have a group of guys that want to follow you two. Lead us to the championship, dethrone Golden State once again, and possibly be the best duo of all time.
Wow, that was really good. The last thing I would say to Kyrie is he was born in New Jersey. He's an East Coast guy. He went to Duke. He's been in Cleveland, the Midwest. He plays in Boston now. He wants to stay in the East Coast. You want to be a Knick. You love the weather. You like to wear the big hoodies. Kyrie Irving,
like big hoodies.
Kyrie Irving will be a Knick. Thanks so much for coming in.
You don't want fur on your coat. Just get a bathing suit and flip-flops. That's all you need to do here in Los Angeles.
Damn,
Other than the
that's
great
the
whites.
Mac life. Yeah. That's the Mac life. Man, that was fun. I liked it. I had no idea. Those were off the top of my head. I know you were studying those all night. You were doing them in front of the mirror. You had some good ones. I think I won, though. I think Durant, Kyrie will be featured Knicks.
They probably... Do you have a better shot at landing Kevin Durant than L.A.?
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, I would say, is more 55-45, either way.
Yeah, I really can see him going to L.A. And I would love to me, the Lakers should not trade for Anthony Davis. And if they can get a Kyrie Irving or a Kemba Walker as your one, go Kuzma, Ingram as your 2-3, and LeBron's your 4. I love McGee and Chandler at the 5. I love them. And you're loaded You go to the depth roster, you insert Lonzo Ball off the bench, a really good role player, and now he can pass it to all the scorers. I think the Lakers would be really good there.
My last pitch would be, LeBron, you tampered the All-Star game, so all I need you to do is recruit him during the game, and that is it. Give him the ball every single time. Make him the All-Star MVP.
Oh, he was an MVP once before, so 2-time. I like it.
Dave, what a great episode. Available on any podcast platform. Locked In with 2 N's. Download and subscribe. Any platform.
Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, the app. I listen to iHeartRadio all the time. If you're like, it's like Christmas or Halloween or July 4th or Valentine's, you like put in that, and it's like all the love songs for Valentine's. And when she's not in the car with you, you put in Locked In with 2 N's, and you listen to the Locked In Sports Podcast.
You're pitching the audience now.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'm pitching Kyrie Irving, and I'm pitching Richie. I'm pitching.
All right. I think that's an episode right there.
I love it. I love it, guys. YouTube, Instagram. Man, you like that?
That's pretty good.
Guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll
Don't
talk to
drink
you
and
soon. And like always, stay locked in.